Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now October 16th of 2021. Now, ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2 and The Bad Batch, a lot of Star Wars fans have really been looking forward to new Star Wars projects like, of course, Star Wars Ahsoka, Kenobi, Andor, and more to come in 2022 to 2023. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. We do post a couple of fun and entertaining things from time to time and interact with you guys further. So, when we actually go ahead and examine exactly what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are up to, they really are doing everything in their power to really steer things in the right direction. One major aspect of this has everything to do with the fact that Star Wars Legends is going to be making a great comeback. Not just how they're going to be cherry-picking things from Star Wars Legends and throwing it into the canon, but also some of the Legends books are getting reworked and are being sold on Amazon with new covers and really kind of allowing new fans to kind of see what was done over, 15 years ago. So when we go ahead and check everything related to what Disney CEO Bob Chapek is trying to ultimately set up, is that he is really trying to put things in motion, right? He's really trying to make Star Wars into this ever-evolving franchise. We're going to start everything off with the Book of Boba Fett. This is actually technically the first TV show that's going to treat Star Wars differently. Yes, The Mandalorian Season 2 gave us an ending on a positive note with the entrance of Luke, but mind you, that was one episode. What they're doing now with the Book of Boba Fett is that it's going to open up a gateway to possibilities, a gateway to other TV shows and more. So, on top of all of this, alright, the thing that Jon Favreau is up to is that it's not just about the TV shows, but also the Star Wars lore. Now, with Disney and Lucasfilm now focused on their new Star Wars universe as a whole, with projects like, of course, The Bad Batch Season 2 and Star Wars Andor and Kenobi, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are also beginning to work on some unannounced projects that will be unveiled at Star Wars Celebration next year. However, it's described that currently creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are beginning to make drastic changes to the Star Wars universe behind the scenes in order to create brand new lore and stories for the entire brand. Jon Favreau is described to have a big plan set in place that will be unveiled for the Ahsoka Tano series. Now, further, it's unveiled that Jon Favreau is getting ready to film an entire scene for the Ahsoka series by mid-2022 that is set to introduce brand new revelations of the creation of Anakin Skywalker. The plan by Favreau is for this to be explained to Ahsoka Tano during her time in the World Between Worlds by Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost, portrayed by Hayden Christensen again. That will actually give her knowledge that was indeed created by Darth Sidious. The idea of Palpatine creating Anakin Skywalker is something that Jon Favreau wanted to do for a very long time, and that what Jon Favreau is doing, essentially, is that it does not make Anakin related to Palpatine per se, but however the invention of Palpatine. The process involves Palpatine corrupting the Force that created the dormant dark side connection to Anakin Skywalker while he was still unborn within Shmi Skywalker, and how this was all initiated by Palpatine and it was also planned by both Palpatine and Plagueis all along to corrupt the Force through Shmi Skywalker. Not just that, but however Jon Favreau is set to have a full scene between Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson that will dive more into the secrets of how he was created and how Favreau is also going to connect Anakin Skywalker's prophecy to the entire Wills. The Wills are set to be seen in the Ahsoka series. This was actually a recent decision by Favreau after meeting up with George Lucas not long ago in order to include these godlike creatures that watch over the galaxy to take part in the show. However, Ahsoka is set to speak with the Wills. Favreau is set to explain the full origin of the Force in the TV series that will give fans a brand new perspective on the Star Wars brand overall. Now, additionally, separate from all of this, Favreau is also set to create new rules for the netherworld of the Force and what Force ghosts are able to do in the mortal world. This idea by Favreau is to essentially reinvent the concept of the Force. Anakin Skywalker, and of course, is the one who is actually going to be one involved in the entire universe, that will end up being, of course, in the Wills in the Ahsoka Tano series. Favreau is also planning to create some positive changes to the Jedi lore, as well, that will be fully explained in the World Between Worlds sequence. Now this, in addition to Dave Filoni adding in brand new Force Ghost characters that will be reintroduced in the Netherworld for Ahsoka to see and interact with. Now I want to actually go over one thing about this that I think a lot of fans seem to kind of overlook, is the fact that when we look at George Lucas back in 1977, when he was creating the Star Wars at the time it was called, which is now A New Hope, he had this idea of the Wills, these godlike creatures watching over the entire universe, watching over all the events of the Star Wars films. And that is exactly what they still do to this day in the canon. That's exactly what they're aiming for, is that the Wills are actually watching all of this take place from Episode 1 to Episode 9, and everything that comes before, in between, and after all of that. And that's a very interesting way for Jon Favreau to kind of approach this, the fact that this will be done in the world between worlds and in the netherworld of the Force, and how there will be a major explanation as to how Palpatine created Anakin Skywalker through ways of corrupting the Force that led to Shmi Skywalker having this child that actually was also connected to the Chosen One prophecy, but also had this dormant dark side connection because of Palpatine. Now, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago of how Jon Favreau wants to make it that the Wills are the ones that actually initiated the birth of Anakin Skywalker through Shmi, but it was Palpatine who corrupted a little bit of that, of a delayed onset of Anakin Skywalker turning to the dark side, having these dark side tendencies, if you will. So you could see exactly what they're trying to do. This is basically a power struggle between good and evil over a pure, character like Anakin. And I think that what they're ultimately trying to do here is that they're really trying to dive more into the cosmic force and its connection to the prophecy of Anakin Skywalker. And that, to me, I think is all the more exciting. The fact that they are diving more into the lore is great. I do suggest that you guys go ahead and check out the books, Secrets of the Jedi and Secrets of the Sith, that kind of dives more into that realm of, Star Wars when it goes to the dyad of the Force, like as seen in the sequels. It goes more into, everything related to the cosmic force, all these different things that you would want to explore. It really does explain a lot about that. So the other thing that I do want to go over that's absolutely important is the fact that the Ahsoka series is going to have Hayden Christensen once again. He is indeed coming back as Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost. He's going to have a lot of lines of dialogue. The first time that we will be able to see Anakin's ghost actually with dialogue. Let's not forget that. In Return of the Jedi, yes, we saw him, but he was silent. He never spoke. So far, we have seen Force ghosts of Qui-Gon in the Clone Wars. We have seen Yoda's Force Ghost talk. We have seen Obi-Wan Kenobi's Force Ghost talk. We have yet to see Anakin's talk. And that's exactly what Jon Favreau wants to do in the Ahsoka show for, of course, 2023. That's exactly when it's going to release. They're aiming for a May of 2023 release, by the way. Kind of similar to what they're trying to aim for with the Kenobi TV series. So, ultimately, guys, I think that they're on the right path here by creating all these new types of Jedi lore and Force lore that's going to tie directly into Palpatine and Darth Plagueis. I like it. I think it's a great move. So let me know what you guys think about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.